Okay, that is the last part, which shouldn't take a long time to show you some other functionalities available now with sectioning, with extracting sections. We did one part in the beginning, which is extract a slice, and we use that slice to subtract from the model, like Brandy asked in the beginning of the presentation, and that is one use case for it. But there is another use case when you extract the sections and want to lay them out on the XY plane and prep them to export for laser cutting, for example. And using like a number of clipping planes with unique kind of names for them, and lay these sections, extractions on the XY plane and export them with labels and all that is extremely useful workflow. So I just wanted to show that particular workflow, and I'm sure you guys are the creative, so you're going to come up with a ton other workflows that you can use sectioning with. And I will hope to hear from all of you to see how you used it and what are the hiccups and the issues that you might have faced. So let me just do that workflow with you guys. And there is, now I have created a section or a clipping plane actually in that case called C00. That particular one, if I copy it just by Gumball, what it's going to do is just copy the exact one with the exact name. And that's not what I want. I want, for example, if I want to create 15 different sections through my column, I want each one of them to have a unique name. So by default, the clipping planes that have been with the properties that has been updated in the property name here doesn't quite register with the list of sections that get managed, and this is why it copies the exact same one. And you will see what I mean in a second. So let's just delete both of them and make sure you are inside your sections layer. And I have, this is where my model is. I'm gonna run the under drafting sections create. I'm gonna run a clipping sections command. This is one subtle difference between a clipping sections and clipping planes, is that it immediately registered that clipping plane with a list of sections, and it manage it in a nice way that we will see. So I select that object that I want a section. I want the direction to be a C plane, right? And I am actually using, let's just do, it's actually using that base. And that is not the direction I'm after. Let's just, oh, it's direction X, is still using direction X, it's fine. So let's select that base here, and that's my first section, and it's called A00, and you see it's clipped. I don't want it to be clipped because I want to see the column. I just kind of turn off the perspective. So I have that A section, and if I say, for example, copy it with Gumball and Alt down, you'll see how this changed to A1. And this is really nice, especially if I'm creating an array of sections that I want each one to have a unique name with that same prefix. So what I can do is run the array command and say, okay, this is the object I'm arraying, and I want to perhaps have one in the X, one in the Y, and perhaps, I don't know, 15, I'm guessing, in the Z direction. And the spacing, I can go back to, and oh, actually with array command, it actually takes whatever plane that you have set up for your in a perspective. So this is not what I wanted. I'll run the command again. the array is this 1, 1, 15. And if I'm on the top view, then I am guaranteed that the z is going up in the vertical direction. And I can have the distance. In this case, it looks like 14 is enough to cover all of them, like that. And in a preview, you can see that I'm having, 14 different sections. If I press enter, you see all the names have been updated here to have a unique label from A0 to A13. Right? Now that I have all these sections through my object, what I want to do to prep it for laser cutting, and perhaps you want it much denser than that, but just to illustrate the point, you can say, I want to extract a copy of these slices, sections, and lay them on the XY plane. A really interesting command, it's also new to Rhino 8, is to use what we call nested drawings. Nested drawings is a static copy. It's not going to update with model changes. This is basically the last step after you created your model. I want to prep it for laser cutting. So you go nested drawing, and you can select all your clipping planes. And now it actually gives you the option, and I'm just going to pick a spot at the top XY plane. You can say, okay, I wanted the arrangement to follow the world X. So each one of these slices gonna be next to each other along the X-axis with the spacing. Maybe I don't need so much spacing. But also like give me a rough width because for example my sheet has like 20 units width and I want to be able to fit those. It's a basic nesting algorithm. There isn't like efficiency of a space, but maybe I just want to like lay it all within like 12 units or something, or maybe 16 units. And show the label, yes, and show it as a text and put it inside each one of those because maybe we want to etch it in the end on the and then you did we do add solid? Yes, we didn't need the solid actually. We just need the outline. But as you can see, each one of those, and the first one created everything because it just cut it through the base, so you can clean up that one. But as a result, you get each one of those, and with the label already output here of each one of them, and you can either use a specialized program to nest it, or you can do it like use it as is or manually adjust it. But in the end, you got all the slices laid out and cut and extracted on the XY plane, and you can just put them in separate layers, give them the colors that they need, and export them to the laser cutting kind of software. If you change the spacing, if you add more of these clipping planes, then you will have to kind of re-extract it. And as you can see, the process is not cumbersome, is not, it's pretty fast and efficient. And these are vector drawings of all our sections. So that is really the last part of what I wanted to show you guys today, but I can open it to questions for anybody who wants about anything since we started that they want to go through or want to have questions about.
When I just ran the array here, it gave me them all being the C0 instead of the different.
Yeah, as I said in the beginning, this has been created with a clipping plane, which is not registered with the list of sections. So I said just delete the C0, and we recreated that clipping a plane using clipping section command. And if you do that and array it, it's going to give you unique labeling. Another way to do it is to get it registered is if you extract the clipping drawing of that C00, it automatically register it. After that point, if you array it, it's going to give you also a unique kind of but you have to use it within the application to tell it that it's a section. But that might be improved to be automatic as well, but it's a legacy command. Like you can open a file that has clipping a plane already created from V6 or something, so it has no knowledge of it to be part of the sectioning suite. But um, this is on the list to improve, but for now, you have to do that. You have to basically create it with the clipping section for it to create that functions or commands. For example, extract sections. Extract sections is a command, and extract slices are history enabled, and they extract the section in a place in a 3D. For example, if I do extract sections, and I say, okay, extract the curves, the hatches, and group them and select all of them, they extract it in a place, as you can see here, right? So this can be useful if you want to do a reverse of a loft type of thing, which is you have a model or you have a scan or a mesh or something, and you want to extract cross sections through it, and then use it to clean the curves and then loft it through them. That is enables you to do that, and it's history enabled. So if you update the model, these sections update at the time of creation. Same with the slices as well. So you can explore these two functions here. The view, basically align your view, your current view to the section view, and you can export the drawings as well, extract them and export them, DWG, and everything else. Update the drawing. We had a question about it. So yeah, well, these are the functions that are available, and yeah, give them a try, and let me know if they have been useful, and if you have any other.
With arraying this, is there a way to array it so that it's instead of just here's how many to array it saying like I want one every quarter inch? So that let's say if I was laser cutting them out.
Yeah, I mean you can specify the distance. It's in the array command you can specify the exact distance in the z direction instead of doing it interactively. And you know the overall length of your model, and you just roughly can judge that you need a 20 or 30. And even if you have some extras, you can delete them. But yes, you can specifically specify the distance.
Does extract slices offer curves instead of surfaces?
Yes, in extract, if I run the command again, and let's say extract clipping sections, and you say curves, hatches, and group them. And so if you don't want any hatches, just the curves, you turn off the hatches part, and
Okay.
select the clipping planes, and that give you all the curves, basically, just the curves.
Okay, so I had used extract clipping slices, and
Oh, okay,
I
you
didn't
can
see
do.
that option there.
If we do extract clipping slices, there are two commands, extract sections and extract slices.
Okay.
Slices have a depth. So with extract slices, you can use the clipping plane depth if you have already set up that. If you haven't, you can say, I want to extract a thickness of 0.1, for example, between my slices, and I want it to be at the back of my clipping plane, but you can do it as the center. So the clipping plane became the center plane. And you group it and say yes and press enter. And okay, I didn't select anything. So thickness 0.1, and you select all the clipping planes you want to extract slices for, and you end up with these slices that cut through your model. And if you're doing routing or what have you, then you can project them on the XY plane, nest them, and then you can just create a routing through. You can cut a sheet of wood and then stack it or something. But yeah, so these are an actual slices. So they have they are not extrusions, if you will. So if the slice is thick enough, you'll see the bending that's happening on the sides of it. And they both
Great, thank you.
are
Yeah.
history enabled. So if you want them to follow the model, they can follow the model as well. Well,